International volleyball continues this part of Metro Manila as we bring you Eczacibasi VitrA from Istanbul versus the PSL F2 Logistics of Manila. This is fourth day of our one-week competition here in Manila, and these two squads are aching to go to center court and show their stuff. Venue is Mall of Asia Arena here in the beautiful Pasay City. Again, this part of Manila. The sun has come out after being cloudy the past few days, and in spite of the gloomy weather, people still went here to MOA Arena to witness great volleyball action brought to you by our competing teams from different countries. This is your FIVB Women's Club World Championship 2016. Chicky Ray is here, and I'm being joined by one of the top players of F2 Logistics Cargo Movers, Miss Abby Maranyo. Good evening to you, Abby.
Good evening, Chicky.
And so far, let's take a look at Pool A here. PSL F2 Logistics Manila. Abby, we are still searching for win number one.
Of course, I think PSL F2 Logistics is still optimistic to compete until the end of this tournament.
And they're aching to get their game going against Istanbul, VitrA Istanbul. The captain, Rachel and Dakis. I am so energetic here, Abby, because yes, they had a shaky start, but yesterday, Rachel and Dakis, Chacha, Santiago, the locals and the imports showed that they can play in this tournament.
Well, definitely Rachel and Jaja, on the other, were both happy on how they showed their spirits to bring the best yesterday and fought hard against the Italian squad. Also, we have to commend Jaja for being so powerful. I guess yesterday she's very energetic and very overwhelmed that she was able to overcome the tall blockers of the Italian squad, no?
And I like also the support of Lindsay Stalzer, you know, Linda Morales. You can't take these away. How about Stephanie Niemer? These guys together with Jovi Gonzaga, Kim Fajardo. Everyone was on the same page yesterday, Abby.
Yes, definitely Lindsay Stalzer and Stephanie Niemer had 9 points apiece from their game yesterday. And without Kim Fajardo creating really great sets, these girls wouldn't be able to penetrate a good numbers of spiking, you know.
And we mentioned a lot of names already. We forgot to mention Okuda, of course, Mika Reyes, Cez Molina, but we are missing Ekaterina Krivits. I'm sure she would be a great help for the PSL F2 Logistics.
Definitely, she's a good leader, and she will contribute in motivating her teammates as well.
So you're seeing on your screens right now the lineup for the PSL F2 Logistics Manila. Now, you mentioned about that game against Pomi Casal Majore yesterday, third day of our tournament. We battled here, Abby. We battled in this match, but we lost it in 3 sets.
Yes, they fell in the hands of the Pomi in 3 sets for having 19-25, 15-25, and 21-25. Although PSL Manila took a 5-point lead, 11-6 in the third set, Pomi was able to tie the contest to 21-21, and the Italian squad finished the match with 4 straight points. Cheeky. Also, Pomi totaled 40 points, 40 attacks against PSL's F2 36, and they also prevailed in the blocking department for having 9 over 1.
Now, you mentioned that block department. I'm sure this team over here, Eczacibasi VitrA, they are very tall, and for sure they will also have a block party against PSL F2 Logistics.
Very tall and very great in defending the net. You know, they had 22 total of blockings yesterday. They're tall, they're good at timing the block. They defeated Rexona via 5 sets. They had progressed to the semifinals after turning back a hard-fighting Rexona. The Brazilian side had an upper hand beginning of the tie break, but a 5-7 lead quickly evaporated to 12-7 as VitrA blocked their way to victory. And their coach, Massimo, was so happy with how his players played. After the third set yesterday, they got confused, but was able. What's important for him is that they still believe they can win.
I love it how you handled that team. Now, let's listen to our partner for our player call-out.
Number 10, Jordan Larson. Number 11, Nilay Özdemir. Number 14, Guste Ilmaz. Number 15, Tatiana Kosheleva. Number 16, Jaylan Arizan. And number 18, Maya Onyenovic.
And now, here is your PSL F2 Logistics. Starting with team captain, number 13, Rachel Adakis. Libero number 5, Yuri Fukuda. Number 1, Jaya Butler. Number 3, Jaja Santiago. Number 4, Stephanie Niemer. Number 6, Mika Reyes. Number 7, Francis Molina. Number 8, Javelin Gonzaga. Number 9, Kim Fajardo. Number 10, Ekaterina Rivets. Number 11, Linda Morales. Number 12, Sherilyn Reyes. Number 14, Evgenia Nikolova. And number 15, Lindsay Stalzer. Officials for this match, our first referee, Helvik Wadaya from Tunisia. And our second referee is Vladimir Simonovic from Serbia. And now here is the starting lineup for both teams.
First, Eczacibasi VitrA number 7, Hande Baladin. With the number 9, VitrA Kilesli. Number 11, Nilay Özdemir. Number 14, Guste Ilmaz. Number 16, Jaylan Arizan. Number 17, team captain Neslihan Demir. And libero with the number 5, Simge Akash. Coach Massimo Barbolini.
And now, make some noise as we welcome the starting lineup for PSL F2 Logistics. Starting with number 3, Jaja Santiago. Number 4, Stephanie Niemer. Number 9, Kim Fajardo. Number 11, Linda Morales. Number 14, Evgenia Nikolova. And number 15, Lindsay Stalzer. There in the middle, number 5, Yuri Fukuda. And for their head coach is Coach Moro Branislav.
There you have it, our protagonists. Coach Moro Branislav for PSL F2 Logistics Manila, going up against Coach Massimo Barbolini of Eczacibasi VitrA Istanbul. Our players, our protagonists for VitrA, wearing the bright orange jerseys here. It's Simje, Hande, Busra, Nilay, Koste, Salen, and Captain Neslihan. For the other side, joined by Kim Fajardo, we have Yuri Fukuda starting libero. We have Jaja Santiago, Stephanie Niemer, Linda Morales, Evgenia Yukalova, and hard-hitting Lindsay Stalzer. This is Chicky Reyes, and joining me for this match from F2 Logistics Cargo Movers, Miss Abby Marano, and we are sitting at the edge of our seats at the start of the game. And first point goes to PSL F2 Logistics.
Yeah. It went out, Chicky.
At any
Too
point.
much power, I think.
Now, you mentioned to me we want to share again while the game is still fresh here. Let's revisit one more time because I know you want to share this point in the Pool A standings because you noticed that there was something nice to share there. Go ahead, Abby.
Well, it's regarding the Rexona team yesterday. They could have changed the outcome of the pool standing because they lost their 2 games by 5 sets. It's just the break of the game. They fell short. Maybe they were too relaxed or complacent. That's why Pomi and VitrA was able to defeat them.
And that second match that they lost in 5 sets was against the same team wearing orange, Eczacibasi VitrA. And they're now competing with PSL Logistics Manila, and the yellow shirts are up 2-1.
But, you know, I need to go back to VitrA, you know.
Go.
Even if they lose this game
Okay.
today, they're still on top of the pool.
Why?
Because of the virtue of winning over the other.
Okay. So because of that win over Pomi Casal Majore, they would still end up as number 1.
Yes, and every single game for them is really a very important game for this team.
But if you're VitrA, Abby, and I know this for a fact because you are an athlete and you are a winner, even if you're number 1, assured of number 1, if you're VitrA, you don't want to lose in this match.
Of course. I can just enter the court and say this team is not a good team, so I'll be complacent and I'll just play lousy.
But right now, here in set number 1, I think they are surprised by the energy and the resiliency being shown by PSL F2 Logistics Manila.
Well, PSL F2 Manila is taking advantage of the VitrA team for having a different set of players. You know, Coach Massimo is maybe experimenting his players because all the star-studded lineup yesterday are on the bench now.
We're missing Tihana Boskovic. We're missing Jordan Larson, not yet inside the game. And I think we expected this, that they'll be fielding the second unit, not the first unit.
Yes, I think also of that, Chiki. And these girls are big guns for VitrA. You know, they had 62 total attacks yesterday against Rexona's 59 spikes.
Wow.
That made Brazilian side very busy on their side, defending their turf.
And right now they're being challenged here because they are down by 3. Talking about the number 1 in Pool A, Eczacibasi VitrA. They're down 2-5. Another look. Great net defense by the ladies in yellow.
Yeah, I think it's alarming for Coach Massimo, you know. Although we're only up by 2, we need to maybe
pick up the pace.
Yeah, for his team. And this girl should get their rhythm back.
To your point, Salen Arisan, number 16, beautiful back set running hit there, giving VitrA their 3rd point. However, they commit a service error.
Yeah, as a server, you need to really contact the ball well. Maybe I saw her contacting it under the lower part of the ball. That's why it went out. It goes wide.
So you have to hit it a little bit on the side or
on
the
the
top?
center.
On the center.
On the side, on the center of the ball. The contact is very important, and also the force that you're going to put on.
Here we go, off speed. Great net defense by the yellow shirts. And they are up by 4 points, 7-3.
Good spirit coming from our F2 Logistics Manila, huh? You see them cheering every single point.
I like it when Linda Morales owns the net. I love seeing her at the net. She owns it.
Yes. She's showing power, like, this is my position. You can't just enter easily.
This is my turf.
Yeah. It's really important.
Welcome to the Lions Den.
Yeah. It's really important for a middle blocker to set that kind of spirit, you know, to intimidate the opponent.
Exactly. And there goes the result. No fault. So it's a legit 4-point lead. The challenge was unsuccessful. Of course, Coach Massimo still cool, calm, and collected earlier. Powerful serve from Niemer. The intent to go cross court, it sailed out. 5-point lead for PSL F2 Logistics Manila. The crowd is celebrating. We have a timeout coming from Eczacibasi VitrA.
Long cross, okay, and you go. Also in the ball, you separate this one. You have this ball against the fingers, okay? And again, you go.
When you're watching here at Mall of Asia Arena, you have to scream, you have to stand, you have to shout and show your support. And this is what we're talking about. Love for the home team. Why not? They are up by 5, 8-3. Chicory is here with Abby Marano. You're watching us live on Action TV and online at sports5.ph. The ladies in orange are being challenged. They needed that point there, Abby.
Now they're using their brains to get points. She didn't just spike that ball. She tip it off and get a point from. There's no one's there.
Yes, empty spot.
It was an empty spot. That's why they got us point.
I like your description. You don't have to use the power, you have to use your brains.
Did you see that? It was a good blocking. She was right on in front of that ball. It was a good timing for her to block that spike from Morales of F2 Logistics Manila.
Great defense indeed. Now the lead of PSL F2 Logistics down to 3. Orange shirts. They had to do something about that setup. Morales had to do something about it too. The back set, overset there. Here comes the yellow shirts. They go to Stalzer. Rally continues. Power hit, great block. And that point will go to the orange shirts.
I see. There was a problem with the blocking position of Morales. Let's go back to that. Because her left hand wasn't inside the court of the orange squad.
And that ultra fast spike you showed earlier is presented by PLDT Home Hotel Plan 699. Pinakabot kayong internet na pang-pamilya. I love how you talked about that improper way of blocking because you are a monster in blocking, Abby.
Sige, you know, because in blocking you need timing.
Okay.
If your spiker is tall and she spikes really high, you need to delay for a bit and catch that ball who's going really dip,
down already.
Down or dip on your court.
So the timing is crucial.
Also, you need to put your hands inside the court of your opponent.
Wow, that's blocking 101 brought to you by Abby Maranio. And it's happening. I mean, that's how successful blocks are made. And we've seen that from Eczacibasi VitrA. But they're still down by 3 here. Kim Fajardo about to serve. Very young at 23. It's 10 serving 7. Yellow shirts or orange shirts. Back to PSL F2 Logistics Manila. Stalzer. Defense is so great here for VitrA. Stalzer again. Back to VitrA. The lefty scores. And credit goes to number 17, the captain, Neslihan Demir.
She took advantage of seeing that spot. No hands on that spot. She spiked on the zone 1 because no one's there. And her blocker is covering the cross court.
And let me ask you this. How difficult is it to guard a left-handed hitter?
Left-handed hitter, her spike is really unpredictable. Sometimes they have the tendency to spike on the cross while their body is facing
another direction.
Another direction.
Yes.
It's really tricky.
And I've seen that in Jovelyn Gonzaga. A lot of people are having a difficult time in guarding Jovelyn.
I have to agree on that. If you're a blocker of Jovelyn Gonzaga, you need to be a good reader also.
Now, if you are a supporter of PSL F2 Logistics Manila, you should be scared. The score is tied. We have a timeout from PSL F2 Logistics Manila.
Alone for middle. Okay? Okay? I'm okay. Active score, everything okay. Keep close. This that's the cannon. Every time just work left and work this. Okay, maybe one time this, no. Better you close.
This is part of our job that we love the most, seeing these reactions from the players, the coaches. This is the human side of this beautiful sport called volleyball. Look at the smiles of Jaja, our visiting team. And why not? Set number 1, Abby, and we are tied at 10.
You know, because F2 Logistics Manila is getting points from the errors of VitrA. And also, VitrA is getting points from the errors of F2 Logistics. That's why they got tied.
So tit for tat.
Yeah.
We're just exchanging
It's
errors.
like give and take.
Now Jaja was blocked there, but the ball is still alive. Oh, what a quick one. And emphasis on my as Bushra Kilichi will be credited for that powerful spike.
It goes wide because of too much
Oh,
angle.
I stand corrected. It goes to PSL F2 Logistics
Yes.
Manila.
Too much angle, but she spiked it really good because the timing was 0. It was very quick because as a middle spiker, you need to go first before the setter sets it. You have to be on top of the net.
Even before the ball goes up, am I right?
That's what we call zero tempo.
Zero tempo. Oh, that's volleyball
It's
101.
like you're at the air already, waiting for your setter to set it. If the ball goes to your face, then just quick spiked it.
Okay. Very nice indeed. We are tied at 11 here in set number 1. So watch out for those things that we're learning from Abby Maraño over here. Orange shirts on the attack. Net defense by Santiago. She was able to clip rather the ball, but there's a net violation against the yellow shirts, giving the lead back to Eczacibasi VitrA.
We see Jaja very aggressive in blocking the other side. That's normal, Chiki, to commit errors from blocking or getting a net because of being too much aggressive.
Well, it's difficult to do that type of defensive block department, and I like what Jaja did, trying to get it back. However, I think she was a little bit over-eager in trying to score on that point, and it backfired. VitrA up by 2, 13-11. On deck to serve is a hard-hitting number 9, Bushra Kilechli. Here we go, Niemer. But it's out.
Maybe because she was able to contact the ball under it. That's why it went out. It's like a float kind of a spike.
Unfortunately, too, it still went out. 14-11. We got it this time out from PSL F2 Logistics Manila.
Attack, fight for 2 men. This is one. This is important. I speak for today. There were 5, 6. 5, 6. This is not excellent.
We got a good crowd here at the MOA Arena for another day of this one-week tournament of the FIVB Women's Club World Championship 2016. It's Eczacibasi VitrA Istanbul in orange versus the home team, PSL F2 Logistics Manila. Chicky Reyes here with Abby Maraño. You're watching us live on Action TV and on sports5.ph. They stopped the bleeding. Talking about the yellow shirts, they scored their 12th point. 14-12, orange shirt still up by 2. Jaja Santiago about to serve.
Yes. A while ago, we saw Nukalova hitting that ball to an angle no one's there because of a good decoy from Jaja.
And we need more points from Nukalova. You mentioned her, she's quite tall. Yesterday, she did give a couple of points, but I think production from her is expected more in this match.
Yeah.
Oh, cross court. That was beautifully executed, giving Eczacibasi a 2-point lead.
Because she already had 3 blockers there, and she saw a Nagel cross court. No one's receiving there or defending there. That's why she spiked on that side.
But Abby, we have a challenge here from Coach Moro. Listen to the music inside Mo Arena. It's like a suspense thriller movie. As we have this challenge, Coach Moro challenging it. It went out, but nope, it's in.
Yeah.
So it was an unsuccessful challenge from PSL F2 Logistics. The score will stand at 15-13, 2-point lead for VitrA.
F2 Logistics needs to have a good first ball received. That's what I'm talking about. It was a good serve.
Powerful one from the captain.
We call it jump spin serve.
Jump spin serve. Is it the same serve as Stephanie Niemer?
Yes.
Same.
Yes. It's really fast.
You spin
and
it,
spinning.
and there's the result.
Yeah.
You spin it and you jump and you hit it. Sounds easy, but more difficult in doing it. Fukuda with a great dive. Ball is still alive here. 3-point lead for VitrA. Setter stopped there. Wasn't successful. Niemer. Back to the orange shirts. The back set. The soft touch. Here comes Mahardo. Oh, down the line. And credit goes to Nukalova.
What a great and powerful spike from Nukalova. And we need to commend the defense of their libero. She's everywhere and keeping the ball up.
And that ultra-fast spike is presented to you by PLDT Home Ultra Plan 699 na pinakaabot kayang internet na pang-pamilya. Nukalova going down the line. That is such a difficult spike, Abby, because your area of scoring is very limited.
Yes. If you're a spiker, Chiki, and you see your net, no one's defending it, and you were able also to see a spot that no one's defending it, you have to go there.
You have to go there.
Because it's a sure point.
And you have to risk, right? You have to really try to score in that point. Now let's see if they'll do that. Niemer, however, was blocked. Great long arms coming from Ceylan Arisan.
Just because it was a tight set from the setter of F2 Logistics, it's tight and it's low. We see Niemer getting more spikes if the ball is higher, a bit higher.
A little bit higher.
A bit higher to the net.
Only because the defenders are
Also tall.
tall. So
So you need to spike over the tip of the fingers of your blockers.
And knowing Stephanie Niemer, she has the jumping ability. You can give it a little bit higher than usual, right?
To give her the confidence to spike it higher.
I like how you dissect the offense and defense here of both squads. But look at the scoreboard now, Abby. It's 18-14. Orange shirts up by 4. Niemer going to the back. Ball stays in the air. They'll try again at the net. Joust won by the longer arms of VitrA.
This is how we see the problem for having only 25 days of practice. But, you know, they're still adjusting, keeping practicing and practicing their set play so that they will have a good connection from libero to the setter and the setter to the spiker. I need to share lang.
Go ahead, Abby. Go ahead.
Coach Moro, he is still happy overall with his team performance because for him, they show that they can stand up against a very experienced teams like
VitrA today.
Rexona,
Foamy yesterday.
Foamy yesterday.
And in fact, they're scoring against even the best teams here in our international competition. And I have to agree with you. Coach Moro is indeed happy in spite of the losses.
I like how Coach Moro is still being optimistic with his team. It's like, although you're not sure of if your team will win a game or not, it's like he's giving confidence and he's giving his faith to the team. That's what important is for a player. Like, if I'm playing for him, it's his attitude. I'll be playing for him for the rest of my life.
Only because he's giving you the confidence that, hey, Abby, you can play. You can compete.
He's not a negative motivator.
Oh.
A positive motivator kind of a coach.
There you go. You hit it right smack on the head. And it shows here. It's showing here, Abby. Because even if your PSL F2 Logistics is down by 5, we were talking off the air. Wow, if we score more than 15, we have a good chance of stealing a set. And look at the score.
Yeah.
It's 21-16.
But if we can steal a set, Cheeky,
That's
maybe
better.
we can turn things around.
That's better. I know. We'll see. But so far,
The blockings of VitrA are very effective. They've been blocking Niemer and Morales.
I think they scouted these players really well.
It's always important for a player to review their opponents prior to the game.
So that when you step on that court, you know how to defend it. And we've seen that Chacha Santiago, unlike yesterday, she had a heyday in the middle. Right now, she's having difficulty only because the defense is expecting her to do that.
Yeah. And to think that these players playing for VitrA came from the bench, you know?
Yes, the second unit.
Maybe they were prepared to be playing today. Maybe their coach said, oh, you guys, you need to prepare. You're going to play against F2 Logistics.
Your turn. And then I think you're right because they started flat, right? And then all of a sudden here in the latter part of set number 1, they just turned that switch on.
They were able to adjust and get a point from F2 Logistics through blockings. And also, the errors of F2 are giving them points. Now, Stalzers, not giving up.
Of course.
Giving them a powerful hit.
That's what I like about Lindsay Stalzer. This ultra-fast spike is presented by PLDT Home Montera Plan 699. Pinakabot kayang internet na pang-pamilya. If you saw the slow-mo there, and her whole body actually moved.
Facing the zone 1 angle, but she spiked it to the zone 4. A different angle in the court.
24-17. Another chance here for the yellow shirts to score. Off speed there. The back set. The ball is still alive here. From the back, Niemer. Oh! Still alive. Great effort by the yellow shirts. Oh my! Another powerful hit by number 9, Busra Giletsi. And that's it for set number 1. 25-17 is our score. The orange shirts, Eczacibasi VitrA from Istanbul. They have turned the switch on. One of the favorite hits of Abi Maranyo shown there, but coming from the visiting team from Istanbul. Our score in set number 1, 25-17. We're here at Mo Arena for another day of international volleyball competition. We'll be right back. Highlights of set number 1. It was a flat start for the visiting team, the Eczacibasi VitrA from Istanbul. Good start from the ladies in yellow, the PSL F2 Logistics Manila, and they led in the early stages of set number 1 by coming from timely hits by the imports and the locals. However, as the set progressed, orange shirts turned it on, and VitrA won it 25-17, Abby.
VitrA on the first half of the set was a bit confused, Chiki, but they were still able to adjust and keep it up until the end of the set.
And you mentioned, top of the coverage, we were talking about it when the set started, rather, that, oh, the main starters are not on the floor. At least for VitrA, they're giving minutes to the other players, which I think cost the early part of the set. That's why PSL F2 Logistics took the lead. Some numbers here, Abby, in set number 1.
Well, as you can see, VitrA got 3 aces, while F2 Logistics only had 1. VitrA had 12 attacks over the 7 of PSL, 6 errors for the VitrA, and it's a big number of errors, but they were still able to win that match.
So it's in the attacks and in the aces.
Yes.
Pretty much that's where the difference came from. And the crowd is alive.
I love how supportive and very lovely these Filipinos are supporting our players.
You know why? It's a Friday.
Wow.
It's a Friday. Everyone's here. They want to watch. And no, we kidding aside, Abby, we have this genuine love for our athletes. You know that. You know, you have a lot of followers, you have a lot of fans, and every time we see you guys on the court, us included, us broadcasters, we cheer for our home team, and that's what's happening right now.
That's what's happening right now, Chiki. As you see, Rachel and Dacus made the point from spiking outside. You know, it's not a typical Ate Rachel. We call her Ate because she's older than me.
You don't reveal the age. Don't tell the age. Oh, there you go.
It's not so typical because she's an open spiker.
But
she was able to make the point on that side.
And if you're the captain, if you're the leader of the squad and you show your teammates, hey, I am ready to battle this out, it rubs off to the other.
Whether you make me a middle blocker,
I don't care.
I don't care. I'll just give my best.
And you know what? It rubs off to the other players. The energy, the drive to win. And great read coming from the captain. What's the rule, Abby? Should be above the shoulders for you to say it's out. What's the rule there?
It should be above the shoulders. Or if you're a taller player, maybe
a little bit under the shoulders?
Yeah.
Or below the shoulders? So that time, Rachel and Dakis read it quite well. They're up to 1. Now there's a whistle by the second referee.
Now that's an error. A net error violation from the VitrA team.
And eagle eyes coming from second referee Vladimir Simonovic. Now this is the same start here, Abby, as the first set, wherein PSL F2 Logistics Manila took the lead as well.
We're seeing so much energy from our all-Filipino set of players this set. It's also good to be playing with an all-Filipino players because you already know each other, the strengths, the weaknesses of each other, and they could be able to communicate well because they only have one language that will be very useful for them.
No language barrier, no?
Yes.
I like that observation you made. It's Reyes, Molina, Dakis, Fajardo. You have Gonzaga. The captain is inside as well. And so far, it's doing wonders for PSL F2 Logistics. You're having goosebumps here, Abby.
Yeah, I'm so
You're having
proud
goosebumps here.
These girls giving their energy and everything just to perform and give it all they got for the PSL Manila.
You're bouncing on your seat. I'm not too sure because whether you're excited or you want to go inside and play.
I want to play with them now. I just want to stop talking and just
and go and play.
Oh my God!
Now,
What a great shot by Ate Jovelyn Gonzaga.
And listen to the crowd. This best cheer is brought to you by Petron High Performance Fuels. Better engine protection, better mileage, better power, better noise inside Boa Arena. Jovi Gonzaga with a powerful hit.
This is what I'm telling you, Chiki. If you know the strength of your player, Kim Fajardo will be able to penetrate a great play for that particular set of players in front. That's why it was so easy for Jovelyn to spike that middle set from Kimi because she knew that it's her strength.
And so far, in spite of the height disadvantage, except for that hit coming from Ceylan, the yellow shirts are competing. It's like David versus Goliath here.
Exactly, except for that hit of Ceylan because she doesn't have a blocker. If I were her, I would have done the same thing.
Yes. That Lucha Fast Bike presented to you by PLDT Home Ultra Plan 699. Pinakabot kaya internet na pangpamilya. And you're saying that because that's your favorite setup. I would see you hitting that more often than not.
I will take advantage of not having a blocker. I will just spike it off.
Now 2 quick points here coming from Eczacibasi, VitrA, and Istanbul, cutting the lead of PSL F2 Logistics down to 1. Yellow shirts, they call the timeout.
Keep push this ball. No problem.
Yeah. That's one. Good. Let's go! Filipinos!
Game faces, smiles all over. Serious faces from the visiting team. Mika Reyes is all cool, calm, and collected. Why not? We have a beautiful game happening right now. And so far here in set number 2, the yellow shirts are up again, at least in the start of set 2. Let's see if VitrA can address this kid here. Gonzaga, back to the orange shirts. Too much muscle behind the hit of Coste, and that point will go to PSL F2 Logistics.
Maybe these girls are saying thank you for that error. You're giving us more confidence to beat you in this set.
Well, errors are very much welcome, of course, because that's a free point.
It's not like basketball. If
Yes.
you committed error,
And look at
it's not a
that.
score for you.
Look at that, Abby. An ace coming from Jovi Gonzaga, the lefty. And they're up by 3, 7-4.
Maybe we need more of that at the jobs. You know, it's really important to score from service because other teammates will not be stressful in defending her court. If you scored in the service, it's already a point for the team.
And the other players are just resting.
Yeah,
Yes.
you're making it much easier for your teammates.
Now, for some reason here, Abby, this all-Filipino 6 of Coach Moro, it's holding its own. Let's see if they can continue. The captain will score again. 8-5 is the score. That is with the point.
What a good energy from Ate Rachel. Being abysmal today. And as a captain, you need to perform that kind of performance for your teammates to get morale and confidence from you.
Ultra Fast Spike presented to you by PLDT Home Ultra Plan 699. Pinakabot kayang internet na pangpamilya. I like how you described it. That was you. Beast mode.
It's a tie now, Chiki, because these players doesn't know how they play.
Yes.
Maybe because the other side was able to review the imports from F2 Logistics.
That's right.
Coach Moro changed his plan.
I like your observation. And you're right.
Yeah,
The
right?
other side is ready for the imports.
Yes. That's why when Coach Moro entered the Filipino, they weren't able to read them play.
Good point by Abby Maraño. 9-5 PSL F2 Logistics up by 4. Timeout by the orange shirts.
Win their double block. They stay long. They stay long. So okay, attack stand, and sometimes also one tip, one cross tip to make point and to make points. But we are point back. Okay, Aide.
Now, if you guys just tuned in to this coverage of the FIVB Women's Club World Championship 2016, Rachel Andakis and the rest of the PSL F2 Logistics Manila, they are up. That's right, they are up by 4 points, 9-5. And let's go back to your point again, Abby, because some of our viewers might have just turned on their television sets. What do you think was the surprise package here by Coach Moro? Why are we up by 4?
Because Coach Moro knew that these players from VitrA have already reviewed and studied their lineup. That's why he's now experimenting with these players coming from the bench, all Filipino set up that are fighters, you know.
And so far, it's doing good for PSL F2 Logistics. Just so you guys would know, we may be out of the running for the semis, but these ladies are competing. Ultra Fast Spike presented to you by PLDT Montana Plan 699. Ang pinakaabot kayang internet na pangpamilya. I like what Hande Baladin, number 7, is doing. She's trying to wake up the other orange shirts. Gonzaga. They're asking for a check ball. They get the check ball.
It was a good play for Robin Gonzaga. Thank you for that very good set to Fajardo, you know. This is what I'm telling you, Chiki. It's important to be playing with a teammate that you know what she can do, what she can't do, so that you will have that good connection.
And emphasis on that word you chose, connection. We saw that in the last play. Perfect.
It's very brilliant for Rachel Dakis to make her spike check from the blockers, from the tall blockers of VitrA.
And
She targeted the zone 1 because she knew the blockers are going for the cross court. It was a brilliant move.
And I like how she celebrated that point.
If you point on that kind of, wow.
That's an ace.
That's an ace from Kim Fajardo, a Filipina.
Going back to your point. Go ahead, Abby. Going back to your point.
My point about Rachel Dakis spike. It's for her to be able to score on that kind of
against
blockers,
taller defenders,
against
yes.
Tall blockers. It was a brilliant move because she knew they are tall, but if she can spike it off out of the court, it was a score for them. It will be a score for them.
And in that last play, she tried to do it again. But you mentioned this in the first set. If you're the defender, you have to put your hands inside the court of the other team, and that's what happened there.
Yeah, that's why when they blocked it, it just goes. It got back to.
It dove back all the way to the court
of the F2 Logistics Manila.
Very precise in the analysis.
If you want to pull it out, you need to put more force to the outside court of the VitrA team.
For you to be able to score on the check
Yes.
ball. Okay, 12-9 is the score down the line. And although Jen Reyes was prepared for that, Captain Neslihan was just too much in that last exchange. Another look here, great angle. Look at the captain, the lefty, boom! Down the line.
She saw that Rachel Dakis was expecting her spike to the cross court. That's why she got that spot on the zone 5.
10 serving 12. Yellow shirt still up by 2. Fajardo, quick one to Santiago. No power there. Back to the orange shirts. They go to the back. Gonzaga was ready. Free ball. Another chance for VitrA to score. Great net defense by Chacha and Rachel. Chacha with a gift, and she takes it. She takes the gift.
Tall versus tall. You can't just mess with Chacha if you're giving her that kind of ball. It's like a gift for her.
And if you're as tall as Chacha, single coverage, no problem.
Yes, because she only had the one blocker, and she had more of options where she can put the ball, whether on the left or on the right side.
Now that was what you were mentioning earlier, what Gosden did. The blockers were in place. She hit it hard, made it deflect
Yes.
on the hands of the defenders. The ball went out, easy point.
In volleyball, it doesn't. It's not important if you hit it hard or not, as long as you can score using your brains.
It's
That's
all
what
about the
important
smarts,
is.
right? All
Yeah.
about the smarts. And smart move coming from Chacha Santiago. Imagine, she scored 11 yesterday, and she's continuing from where she left off.
Look at how she spiked that ball. Her body was facing at the zone 1 angle, but she reacted to the right.
And that ultra fast spike by Chacha, specialty by PLDT Home Montero Plan 699, pinakabot kayang internet na pang pamilya.
It goes out.
Service error.
Because they're just targeting the zone 5 of the other side, but it was a bit.
In service, what's the common target, Abby? Do you go for
Common
zone 1 and
target
6?
Zone 1.
Zone 1.
Zone 1, because the setters are there. It will be difficult for the setter to go out from the spikers in front her if the target is the spikers.
Yes.
The spiker who's in front of her.
So that's the common target all the time, huh?
Yeah, zone 1 or zone 5. These are the zones that has no defenders.
The corners.
Yeah, the corners. It's difficult to move backwards and receive the ball rather than receiving it moving forward.
Great read there. Meantime, this was the hit earlier, the cross court. Gonzaga knew that it was going to her, but there was just too much power on that hit. And the lead of PSL F2 Logistics Manila, it's down to 1. Coach Moro still sticking with an all Pinay 6, all Filipina 6. And it's still working here in set number 2.
You need to have a good first ball. Now that went in.
That was too fast.
And
Too strong, too fast.
Yeah, it was too fast coming from a jump spin serve. See right there, that's zone 1. That's what I'm telling you, Chiki.
You go for the corner, right?
Because the position of the receivers are V formation.
And she goes there again. Good thing that Jen was there. We are tied at 14. Great net defense by Gonzaga and Reyes. They go to the back, it's out, and the lead goes back to PSL F2. No, there was a check ball.
It was a check ball from the blockers of F2 Logistics Manila.
So the lead goes to the side of Eczacibasi VitrA Istanbul. That's a service error. We are tied at 15.
F2 Logistics Manila needs to have a good first ball for them to create a good play. And for the middle blockers to have a good timing, because it's always on the timing of the middle hitters to decoy the blockers of the other side.
And knowing Kim Fargo, all she needs is a good first ball. That's all she needs.
Wow. That's another brilliant spike from Jovelyn Gonzaga.
And you know what I'm feeling right now, Abby? Apart from the athleticism and the great athletes in our ladies, in the yellow ladies, it's the momentum, it's the spirit, it's the heart.
It's the heart of you playing for your team. And also, I need to stress, Chiki, that it doesn't matter if your opponent is tall or taller than you, as long as you can play tall like them and you can outsmart them. That will make you a good player.
I like what you said. It doesn't matter if you're shorter as long as you can play as tall as your opponents.
Yes.
I will quote you always on that every time I see you play in the PSL, because that's how you play.
I like how they block at the Jovelyn Gonzaga on that part. Before I told you, you need to block inside the court of your opponent. That's what VitrA's been doing the whole time.
And they're expected to do that because they're taller
They're
players.
taller.
And if you could just only see my partner over here, she is now relaxed and dancing because she likes what she's seeing from the PSL F2 Logistics Manila. But I am also liking what I'm seeing from Eczacibasi, VitrA, Istanbul. Remember, some of these players are not really the starters, but they're showing that regardless of who gets tapped to play, they're ready.
Yes. You have to want it more. Whenever you play, you have to want it more, just so you will be able to give your best,
Yes.
be able to focus on what you can do and not to what your opponents can do to your team, right?
Yep. You
So,
really,
I
have to
think-
do that. Yep.
I think our players from F2 Logistics now are just doing their thing, playing their hearts out.
And so far, it is translating into points and defense. But that time around, Zone 5 was open. Huge target there for Hande Maladin. Going to that corner, and they have a 2-point lead, 18-16 here in set number 2. We have this timeout from PSL F2 Logistics Manila.
Total no. Total out. For you, maybe not understand. You see your diagonal player. You every time see Gonzaga. And no Gonzaga every time for you diagonal.
Hey, let's go!
Coming, hello.
Okay.
18-16. You important play.
Apo, apo.
Okay, not fast, eh?
Uy, na-defend na ko.
Isa.
Ating good. Let's go! Pilipinas!
Oh, we have this beautiful shots again of the celebration and some sides of frustration. Rachel Andakis living to her title as the captain. Jen Reyes, of course, the lovely, the beautiful Jen Reyes in action. Coach Moro, game face and all. I like what Mika Reyes said in that huddle. In the vernacular, in English, he said, let us get this set. We want to get this set.
Yes. It's like they want to win it more. That's why Coach Moro keep motivating the players to perform and do so much more on this set.
In that hit of Jovi, my read coming from this angle where we are seated at, she was a little bit excited to go for that kill.
Yes.
And in the process, she hit it under the ball.
Under the ball. That's why it went out. It went wide.
In baseball, it's like a home run there. 19-16. Fajardo setting up Dakis. And the taller players of VitrA, credit goes to number 16, Salen. Arisan blocking that hit by Dakis. They have a 4-point lead.
Chiki, if you want to outplay these tall players, you need to go fast.
Really fast, yes.
Really fast. And you can just have a high spike because they will definitely get you from that super...
Still reach it, right?
Yeah.
It's a high ball here. Oh, beautiful back send there.
That's what I'm telling you. You need to go fast because if you have a spiker spiking really slow because she have a tall set, you can do the timing and
Yes.
blockings. You can get them from just reading, okay, she's spiking now. I can just get
Defend
my,
out,
I
yes.
can just get my hand on top.
But earlier, Abby, I saw the setter Nilay, the jump set. She decided at the last moment going to the back, and that's difficult as well if you're a good setter like Nilay. She jumped, hesitated, and then the defense of PSL F2 Logistics, they were guessing where will she go, and then all of a sudden the back set.
I think she's not, what was her term again? She jumped and then
She jumped, hesitated for a while, and then she
Yeah.
went to the back.
I think she didn't hesitate. She was on top of the air. She was reading where the blockers of the F2 will
There you go.
And then when she saw that no one's blocking at the back,
Boom.
she gave the ball at the back.
No,
That's a
that's-
back kick attack.
That's the beauty if you have the leaping ability and that extra glance to the defense.
That's the skills you will see from a setter like the likes of Kim Fajardo.
Kim Fajardo, agree.
For a setter, they will before they set, they will always and always check the blockers of the opponent before they can finally decide where they can set the ball or what kind of a play they will give their spikers.
I love it. They have to check where each one is, and it's time to check the score here. 23-17, 6-point lead for the orange shirts. Make that 7. A for effort for Molina, A for effort for Reyes, trying to go after the second ball. But again, just like in the first set, Eczacibasi VitrA suddenly turning the switch on.
Yeah. They're getting more points from spiking slide, the running hit, because they knew that no one's blocking on that side for the F2 Logistics Manila.
And here to end the second set, it was an ace coming from Eczacibasi VitrA Istanbul. Another look, as Abby mentioned, favorite target of service, Zone 1 and Zone 5. That time around it was Zone 1, 2 open. And the score, it's the same as set number 1, 25-17 in set 2. Eczacibasi VitrA Istanbul, they're up 2-0. Festive mood here inside the Mall of Asia Arena as we bring you this match between the jumping joyous PSL Logistics Manila in yellow against the Eczacibasi VitrA Istanbul in orange. Second set started with the All Pinay, All Filipina 6 of Coach Moro surprising the visiting team, leading in the early stages of set 2. However, after these great plays by Rachel and Dakis, the power of the visiting team led by Hande Baladin, they still got set number 2, 25-17.
Definitely the VitrA side, the squad, was maybe a bit intimidated in the first half of the set. But they were still able to get this set with 4 aces, 15 attacks to 9 of F2 Logistics, 6 errors to 3 of F2 Logistics, and 3 blockings to none of F2 Logistics. It's important to intimidate a spiker for getting too much blocking. Because if I'm a spiker, if I get a lot of blocks from my opponent, I will be scared to spike again, right?
You'll have second thoughts.
Yeah, you'll have a second thought, or maybe your confidence will go down.
But in that graphics that we showed, Abby, I'm well, at least the whole crowd is happy that PSL F2 Logistics Manila, they were able to contain the errors. 3 only against the 6 of VitrA.
But VitrA dominated and with attacks.
15-9, yes.
Just like what I told you a while ago, they saw the side of F2 Logistics, the zone 4, no one's blocking there. That's why they made a play. Their middle blockers are kept sliding, running, hitting back quick, and they got more points on that area.
Attacking that zone 4.
The latter part of the set, they've done that.
We saw that Eli going with that back set, setting up zone 4, and then your favorite hit, the running hit. That's we saw that a couple of times in set number 2.
They took advantage of having a small blockers on the side of F2 Logistics. That's why maybe the setter decided to have that kind of play.
All right, set number 3 has begun. Let's see who's our first blood. And just like in sets 1 and 2, PSL F2 Logistics They scored the first point. Pivots with a great block.
Now it's a battle of blockings from both teams. Because we've got tall blockers from the F2 side and tall blockers from the VitrA side.
Ekaterina Krivets already in the match. And I love that. Off timing.
That is so brainy, cheeky.
She's the captain. Expected from Neslihan. She waited for the defense to actually go down before she put that
She
ball on
had
top.
that hang time, maybe 2 seconds on top, and decided to just tip it off.
I love those soft touches because it fools the defense. We are tied at 1 here in set 3. Ball is still alive here. Orange shirts. And they're going to that area where the setter is, targeting Tinchaya. Eczacibasi up to 1 here in set 3. And I'm looking at the 6 of Coach Moro. Niemer is in, Stalzer is in. Let's see if they'll put in the points here. Lindsay ties to the 2.
That was a good shot from Lindsay at the pipe. Targeting zone 2 of the other side for VitrA. And I need to stress out
Go,
the
please.
the Thai setter from F2 Logistics, Bunlert. She's setting really fast. And that's what they need to connect with. Because if you have tall blockers, if you can spike it
Immediately,
fast,
yes.
yeah, immediately, you wouldn't have 3 or 2 blockers.
Because if you take your time, it gives the opponent extra time to form the defense.
Yes.
Boom!
Well,
Oh my.
good coverage from the number 7 of VitrA.
But on the yellow shirts, Krivets and Yukalova, the Twin Towers at the net. They have a 2-point lead, 4-2.
One block. One-man block, cheeky.
I love it. I love the block party. Every time I cover volleyball, I love the block party.
Yeah, it's my favorite also.
Defense is such a beautiful art.
Yes.
And you know that you're a known defender at the net.
Because our principle is, if you can be able to make a point through blocking, then you're making your team relax at the back.
No pressure, right?
And no pressure for them.
Oh, but we got the music again here at MOA Arena. They're asking, I think, for a check ball. I think it did. Or a touch there. The middle finger of Niemer from our slow-mo. Looked like it moved. And the challenge was successful for Coach Massimo.
Now they need to have a good receive again to penetrate a good play. Let's see if they can be able to get that one.
That spin jump serve is so lethal. Yellow shirts up by 1. And credit another point to number 14, Gosde Ilmas, tying it at 4.
It was a good spike from
Gosde Ilmas.
From Gosde Ilmas. Because she spiked it over the blockings of the F2 Logistic players.
And it landed like a spear on the other side.
Targeting zone 1 was
Again.
a perfect shot.
Niemer. On the other side, down the line, it's out for the captain. At that point, we'll go to PSL F2 Logistics Manila. They're up 5-4 here in set number 3. I like this. I mean, both sides are not giving up. Let's share it again to our viewers, Abby, as we have another challenge. They're asking for a net fault while waiting for the result of the challenge. Why is this important? Mostly for Eczacibasi VitrA. Why? They're in, they're number 1, but why do they want to go 3-0?
Because it's very important for them to win elimination round win without
sweep.
with a sweep. It will give them confidence to go over another opponent in the semifinals or in the finals. It's like going up with another powerful team. It's like a pride for them going to the finals without losing any game from the elimination.
And I think that we can verify this score decided 5. In the event, whatever happens rather to Eczacibasi VitrA, they will be going up against Vakif Bank, also from Istanbul, a team that they are familiar with.
I think it will be a very great match.
I know. I like to
I like to watch that and learn from these players.
You know, even if I won't cover that game, I think I'll be going here to Mo Arena and watch that. Because it's two teams from the same country. They know each other.
Yes.
And it would be a chess match between the two coaches.
Well, we don't see Maha from VitrA playing today, the setter, but she said, I need to just maybe
Hang on to that quote over there. Hang on to that quote. We have a timeout here. VitrA, they're up by 2. We have this timeout from Eczacibasi VitrA, Istanbul.
Okay. Normally, I'm a teacher. Now, you play defense. Play defense complete, maybe everything. Football, coming, right?
Talk about some crowd support, some family support. This ultra fun family of the game is presented to you by PLDT Montero Plan 699, ang pinakabot kayang internet na pamilya. The bosses are here, the big names are here, and each one inside Mo Arena, at least from the Philippines, supporting PSL F2 Logistics Manila. And I'm sure that we have some foreign guests as well supporting Eczacibasi VitrA Istanbul. Going back to your quote, you mentioned that one of the players of VitrA, setter, is resting, but you have this quote that you got from her.
Yes, I just want to share this quote from Maha Ogzenovic of VitrA when she said, my job is easier as a setter because I have attackers like them. I have respect for my previous teammates, but I think this is the best and this is the dream team. So whether they know the other opponents that they will be going against up with, she's always optimistic. She's very sure that her team and her spikers are good, are just great players, and it's making her job easier because these girls are very, very good in spiking, very good in blocking and in serving.
That's a dream team.
Yeah,
That's a dream team. I mean, if you have a good spiker, a good blocker, a good libero, and you have the champion center in Maha, then it is the dream team. And the record will speak for itself. They are 2-0.
Just because they have star-studded squad.
Yes, yes. And look at the score now, Abby, it's 10-5. Again, unlike sets 1 and 2, Abby, Eczacibasi VitrA has turned the switch on earlier here in set 3.
And they're doing it again, but F2 Logistics won't just give up.
Nope, nope. The yellow ladies will not hold up.
I like how the imports are playing for the Filipino. It's like although they're not really Filipino, but they're giving their best and giving their pride to the game. They're just being true to the game because the game is just being true to them.
And you could see it on how they celebrate each point. And look at those ladies there. Led by the captain, they're dancing, they're celebrating. And that's what you want to see if you're the ladies inside, to see that the support crew outside is also as eager as you.
It's adding up to the motivation
Yes.
of the players playing inside the court.
And Morales with a great block. Expect the ladies again. I'm looking from my angle here. They have this choreography already. Very dancing.
They're doing a Taibo, I think, Chiki.
You guys do that a lot, right?
Yeah, our pre-game warm-up.
Yeah, you dance
It's
around.
funny. You- It's light.
And you're twisting of
Moving your hands.
you're twisting of the
your
wrist
shoulders.
and high-fiving people. That's the Abby Marango way of saying, hey, let's
just-
get it on.
I'm just making them happy inside the court by doing that kind of gestures.
And believe me, they are as happy as the yellow shirts right now. Linda Morales with her own version of that high five. They're only down by 2 points, or high 10, if I should say so. It's 9 serving 11. Stephanie Niemer, the spin, the jump serve, the power. Orange shirts, oh!
What a powerful spike, but the libero from F2 Logistics said, no,
Great timing from Fukuda.
that's still that ball for me.
It started with Yuri Fukuda with that superb dig. After that superb dig, the setup, the spike, ultra fast spike presented to you by PLDT Home Altera Plan 699, pinakabot kayang internet na pang pamilya.
Woo, we are expecting more service from Niemer. More powerful service like that.
But it was an easy reception on the other side. Oh, free ball. There goes the running hit. Ball is still alive here. Off speed. And that was a smart move going with the off speed.
Yes, she saw that the spot at the center of the court of F2 Logistics. She just tip it off. Or more of top spin.
And you don't need the power.
No need a power.
You just have to find an open space.
It's still 1 point. Whether you spike it or you just tip it, it's still 1 point.
And I know you'll agree with me on this one. Forget the form. As long as you hit it the legal way, as long as it goes in the legal way and it lands on the floor, that's what you want.
That's why in volleyball, every single point is very important. In basketball, if you have 3 points, you have 3 points, right?
Yeah, that's
Here,
right.
You don't get 3 points if you spike it really hard.
It's the same.
It's just the same.
I like that analogy or that comparison of yours. That hit was out. We are tied at 12. And to your point, Abby, even errors would bring a point to the opposing team.
Yeah, that's the advantage. If you're playing, you have to minimize your errors because if you got errors, you're just giving that point.
And that's an error by number 17. The captain committed that service reception error. And this message is brought to you by Metron High Performance Fuels. Better engine protection, better mileage, better power. Morales with the ace. And they're up 13-12.
Yeah, the receiver from VitrA shung that off.
It sails out, and we are tied at 13.
In this kind of situation, TP, we need to be very careful with our service
Oh, yes.
because it's a rally. It's a rally score.
And it's tied. I mean, these errors
It's a close fight, you know.
would be the big difference come end time, the end game. Yellow shirts up again, 14-13. So this is the portion in the game, if you're Coach Moro, you're hoping that Pardo, Niemer, Stauser, all those inside would have nerves of steel.
Yes, and that they should step up. on
Continue
that
playing,
side.
yes.
Continue creating plays that will surprise the opponent. You know, because sometimes their plays are very predictable. The opponents like VitrA will be able to read that beforehand. So we really need to be careful in this set for them to steal the set from VitrA.
Coach Moro challenging this one, ball in, ball out. But that ball lands right smack on the line. So the challenge, I believe, is unsuccessful for Coach Moro. Earlier, assistant coaches Kung Fu and Tina Sala conferring with Coach Moro. We are tied at 14. VitrA on the attack. Great save by Niemer. Stalzer to the back. Once again, the orange shirts. Look at the power. And credit goes to the captain, Nestle, and gives the lead back to Eczacibasi VitrA, 15-14. It's still anybody's set here. 15-14 orange shirts, they're up. We have a timeout from PSL F2 Logistics, Manila.
Okay. Okay, this 15 and 14, normally service okay, and okay.
Rachel Andakis, Jen Reyes, Krivets, Stalzer going up against the taller, more experienced visiting team, Eczacibasi VitrA Istanbul. They can turn that switch anytime in the match. They've turned it earlier here in set 3. But the home team, they're fighting, they're battling, they're only down by 1. Chicky Reyes here with Abby Moran. You're watching the FIVB Women's Club World Championship 2016, Day 4, live on Action TV and on sports5.ph. Abby, we are tied at 15.
Did you see that? That so super powerful hit from Nikolova. The cross-court hit.
Great set by Fajardo.
Yes. That's why the number 14 of VitrA wasn't able to receive that well. It had too much power, too much energy.
And too much spin, I guess.
Spin also.
Chance for the yellow shirts to take the lead. Nope. Back to VitrA. The lefty, the captain, gives the lead back to Eczacibasi, 16-15.
Again, a good ankle spike from the VitrA side. That's really important to read a spiker if it's a lefty.
It's so difficult to guard.
Because maybe the side of F2 Logistics was expecting it was a right-handed.
And look at the captain, to your point. That spin and then the jump serve. Captain Nestle gives the orange shirts a 2-point lead, 17-15. In the 2 sets that PSL F2 Logistics Manila played, they were able to reach the 17-point mark. They're 2 points away from doing a repeat. Service error by the captain gives the yellow shirts their 16th point. Oh, they're battling it here, Andy. They're battling it here. Here in set 3. It's still possible that they can steal this one.
Yeah, I think so because the score is just tied.
It's
close. It's close.
Oh, it's close. Now
So we just have to be careful, right? Whether it's from first ball or a chance ball, we have to make a point. The killer instinct should be there. Always.
it has to remain, not just in the start, especially in the end. We have this saying in sports, right? It's not how you start, but it's how you finish.
Yes. Because in volleyball, you have to keep adjusting and studying the plays of the opponent.
Great setup by Fukuda, setting up Nikolova, and the lead of Istanbul down to 1.
Nikolova stepping up for F2 Logistics Manila. She's been playing really well this set. Maybe she had a best time at the bench a while ago, reading the opponents.
Oh yes, we were waiting for her to start contributing, and so far she's doing well here. To the back, zone 1. And according to our first referee, according to referee Tofik Bundaya, that one was out, and we are tied at 18.
Again. Now we wait for the result of the challenge again.
Every time you hear that music,
You get goosebumps. If you're playing.
Coach Massimo asking for a block touch.
That.
Was there a
Well,
touch?
that was touch. by Team Fajardo, but just,
It moved, right? The finger moved.
yeah, the right finger, the right hand.
So good challenge by Coach Massimo. And I think if you're the player who took that shot, you'd know if your defender with that close range was able to touch it.
Yeah.
That's why the coaches are also allowing the players to go for the challenge if they see it.
You can see it, especially if you can see the fingers of your blockers when you spike. It's important for a spiker to see the hands, the fingers of the blockers before you spike. You can just spike it. You can just spike the ball everywhere. You have to really read your blockers and the spot where you want to put it in.
And then decide, should I go left? Should I go right? Should I go right smack in the middle?
See, if you're on top, you're also busy deciding and studying.
That's why you need those hops, the leaping ability. Now, Abby, this is now a 4-point lead, 21-17. It's a 4-point lead for Eczacibasi VitrA, and they're 4 points away from winning in straight sets.
I think F2 Logistics Manila should be very careful on this set.
And
like what Jaja's doing, he's defending the net. Like, oh, we're not just giving up, guys. I'm still here.
And good thing, if you look at the scoreboard, Abby, PSL F2 Logistics Manila has reached the 18th point. First time here in this match. They're still in good form here. Good chance in stealing set number 3. Oh, just too much for Hande Baladin.
That was a great angle from the number 7 of VitrA. She knew again that she had 3 blockers. That's why her body went to that angle.
Went to the right a bit.
Right a bit to that zone 4 of the F2 Logistics.
Oh, but Jaja takes it back. She is owning the middle here in set number 3.
You saw a good set from Kim Fajardo. If I were Jaja, I would have done the same thing. It was a good set, a perfect timing for her to spike, and she only had 1 blocker on that part.
And you called that, Abby. You called that earlier. You were on point. If you're going to do such an execution, even before the set, you have to jump already.
Yes.
And they did that.
You have to go first before your blocker.
Plus, that ace from Jaja Santiago, PSL F2 Logistics Manila has reached the 20-point mark. The crowd is dancing. We have a timeout from Eczacibasi, VitrA, Istanbul.
On your left, okay, she has to reach. And we play eyeball if they don't defense, okay? If they defense, wait, okay? Hi, the girl. Now, only 2 points we have. Go.
Some of our highlights here. Look at that ace by Jaja Santiago. You know, sometimes the net is not an enemy. It is an ally.
Also helping you to score.
And if you are the opposing team, never turn your back at the net, because you never know if it will happen to you.
You have to expect every time that the ball will definitely touch the net.
Will graze the net,
Yeah.
that's right.
Wow.
Another ace by Jaja Santiago, and she targeted the libero.
Libero. She risked on that side. Zone 5, that's what I'm telling you a while ago.
And you're sending a message to Simche. You're the libero,
Yes.
you're the starting libero, or you're one of the best liberos.
I will target you.
Take this. Take this.
I like that attitude of Jaja. Wow!
It's another ace. 3 in a row. 3 in a row.
Now we're tied. We're at 22. Good box again. Cheeky. And people here in the crowd are going crazy cheering out loud for the F2 Logistics Manila.
It may just happen tonight. We may be able to steal a set here. We are tied at 22. Oh, the captain, Neslihan Demir Kulash says, wait a minute. We are the #1 team in Pool A. Take that.
Yeah, we can just give you this set or this match.
Istanbul, they take the lead back. Go ahead, Abby.
Notice, Chico, that VitrA is taking advantage of that kind of that angle from Metro Logistics, like in zone 4 and zone 5, because they knew that the blockers are going to the zone 1. So they are just getting more points from that angle.
Hitting in zone 4, targeting in service zones 1 and zone 1 and 5.
I think the number 10 of Metro Logistics should adjust her blockings. Maybe turn her hands on the left side.
And there's a challenge here, Abby, by Coach Massimo. Ball in or ball out. And we'll find out if the score will remain at 23 all or if Eczacibasi VitrA will take it 24 to 22. We will find out. The review is in progress. Here we go. It's out, and the score remains at 23-23. Unsuccessful challenge. And the crowd is pumped up.
And shuffling.
And Abby is dancing.
I'm out now.
Here we go. The back set to the captain.
Good check ball from Lindsay.
Stauser takes the lead, or gives the lead rather. Stauser gives the lead to PSL F2 Logistics Manila 24-23.
Once again, Chiki, it was a perfect spot for Lindsay because no one's there to defend that ball.
We have this timeout from Eczacibasi VitrA Istanbul.
Number 14, remember the ball is short, so wait for the short ball and we go in. Right, we go.
And look at the crowd here. They are playing with our arena DJ. Another look at this hit from Lindsay Stauser going to the back, going to zone 5. It was an open space. Simje wasn't ready to get that hit. And the yellow shirts, they take the lead 24-23. They might even steal the set.
It was really important score for the Metro Logistics because if they'll get another point, they will win this match.
Chance here for PSL Logistics to end it here in set 3. No. Rally continues. The captain. Fajardo.
Let's see.
Good defense. Ball is still alive. Here we go. The captain. Fajardo going to Stauser. One more time for VitrA. Fukuda was there. Look at Fajardo. Nemer! Scoring for PSL F2 Logistics Manila. They steal set number 3.
That's what I'm talking about, Chiki. I'm having a good time here watching this girl fighting hard to get that set.
Fajardo was able to find Nemer. It was finding Nemer in the right place. Right place at the right time. That deserves another look. Nemer from the back. Nemer gives set 3 to PSL F2 Logistics Manila. They were able to steal a set. Our score in set number 3, 25-23. Set number 4 when we return. It was a good start for the Pinays. Here in set number 3, Jaja Santiago leading the attack. However, Eczacibasi VitrA Istanbul, they turned the switch on early in set 3, led towards the middle 10-5. People thought that it would be a straight sets victory for the orange shirts, but no, the resiliency of Team PSL F2 Logistics, they were able to steal set number 3, 25-23.
Chiki, it was a three points lead from VitrA, but because of the service aces from 3 straight service aces from Jaja, they turned things around once again.
It started there. And look at the numbers here. They were able to lead it in the aces 6-3.
Yes, and they only had, although they only had 12 points in attacking, but they were able to minimize their errors, and they had 2 blockings.
4 errors only for the yellow shirts versus the 5 errors of Eczacibasi VitrA Istanbul. And they stole it, 25-23. So, I guess it is okay to say that momentum slightly has shifted to PSL F2 Logistics.
Yes.
Now they have to keep on adding on that momentum. Good block coming from Kivitz.
It was a perfect block from the number 10 of F2 Logistics. She's tall and she's right on time.
Look at that hit, look at that block. And PSL F2 Logistics Manila, they score the first point here in set number 4.
We need more we need more good service from the F2 Logistics so that VitrA wouldn't be able to penetrate plays, but because of that error, it just gave them a point.
And you know what? It's tough if you're Eczacibasi VitrA Istanbul. You're the defending champions. You're the reigning champions. And you're being challenged by the home team. The home team is already out of the race for the semifinals. And there goes the saying, you don't really know who can give you your first defeat. It may be the best team. It may be the bottom team.
Yeah. And I think Coach Massimo from Eczacibasi VitrA is still giving his faith to his second stringers for not getting the star-studded lineups, right?
I like that.
They're still making them play and giving them confidence to just play against F2 Logistics, although they won the third set.
It's like saying, okay, so you allowed set 3 to slip away from our hands,
Yeah.
get it back. I'm giving you the chance to get it back. You're right. 2-1.
Wow.
Make that 3-1. And this is a different set. Remember, first 3 sets, it's always PSL F2 Logistics Manila taking the lead at the start of the set.
Yes, but this time it's VitrA taking turns. Like they said, okay, it's time for us to block you guys because you've been spiking really hard on us.
You've been putting us on the spot. We are the reigning champions here.
It's a battle of pride.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I agree with you. However, Yukalova celebrating that point. And the lead of VitrA, it's down to 1 against 2 defenders. The defenders weren't able to put their hands inside.
Yes, that's why the ball came in to their side.
There's a space between the arm and the net.
And the net.
2 serving 3.
Wow.
And
With the help of the net,
going to the other side of the court, cross court there.
he was able to make a point.
So 2-point lead for VitrA, 4-2 is the score. Now, if you're on the side of PSL F2 Logistics Manila, do not doubt anymore. Yes, you can win a set because you were able to do it.
Yes. But first, we need a good first ball receive. Again. Because volleyball starts with a serve and a first ball. So if you want to have a good play, you need to have a good reception.
Tex Suter was the one who mentioned this to me. The game may have changed in pace, in the way it's scored, no more side out, it's rally point. But he told me, Chicky, always remember, it's still the first ball, the bump, the set, and the hit. It's still that simple rule. First ball, second ball, hit.
The basic is always important. And if you have good fundamentals,
Oh,
you will
yes.
be able to bring your A game on the court.
5-3 in favor of the orange shirts. Fajardo going to Nima. Great floor defense by Simje. Great net defense by Chacha, cutting the lead. Eczacibasi down to 1.
Yeah. A great block from Niemer.
Niemer, that's right.
She adjusted because she knew that the ball will go to the zone 1 and not on the side of zone 5.
And
Where VitrA will always get a point. Now that's what you need to do, you know, Chiki, when you block. You just don't block and raise your hand on top. You have to be there on time at the right timing.
timing is so crucial in this sport, in this game.
Timing is everything for volleyball.
The back set, great timing, both on offense and defense. And Gosde Ilmas blocking that hit from Yukalova. 2-point lead here for Eczacibasi, 6-4. It's Gosde Ilmas serving.
Volleyball is also a battle of gravity, because if you can be on top for about 2 seconds,
Hang time.
the hang time you have that hang time. The best way for you to decide where you can spike or where you can put that ball whenever you spike. Also for the blockers, if you have that hang time, you will have a time for you to decide where you should have to cover.
Yes.
Whether it's at the left side of the net or at the right,
On the right side, yes. So that hang time is crucial, especially if you're the person who has that leaping ability.
You have that time to decide or to read the spikers, right?
I only know one time when I'm hungry. It's ham time, not
Not ham time.
8-4 is the
It's
score.
delicious, though.
Jaja with the running hit. 4-point lead for the orange shirts. Fajardo. She goes to Niemer. Niemer was blocked, but that ball goes out. That point will go to PSL F2 Logistics.
Niemer is providing more this set for the F2 Logistics Manila. Being brilliant on that spike. Turning her body on that angle, zone 1.
Targeting the hand
Yes.
of the defender.
Zone 4 rather.
Oh my. That serve, but great reception on the other end. Fukuda with a great dig. Dakis, yes, for the captain.
She's really effective on that side.
That's her, should I say, favorite spot, favorite area.
Yes. That's her forte.
And the timing is perfect, the celebration is better.
She's on this mode.
Just like Abby Maraño. Yan. 8-6. Orange shirts up by 2. They're being challenged here again. The lead is down to 1 because of that error coming from Hande Baladin.
And this high volleyball tournament, you have to really be abysmal. Because
From the start.
from the start until the end of the set or until the end of the game. Because your opponents will not baby you, will not give you a
Soft treatment. No, no, no.
no.
Because you mentioned that earlier. It's a battle of pride as well.
Yeah.
I mean, you're the reigning champions. I mean, you're the known champions of this league. And then all of a sudden, the home team who hasn't gotten their first win steals a set from you. Ouch.
Of course, you can just go inside the court and give your opponents a soft treatment.
And so far, the home team is riding on that momentum of that set 3 victory, set 3 win. They're only down by 1. Jaja Santiago is set to serve here. It's 8:39.
Let's see if Jaja can still make 3 points from service.
She did that earlier, or latter part of set 3. Orange shirts on the run. Great net defense by Fajardo. The back set. It's in. Zone 1 was completely open.
Right on that corner. No one's there again.
Because everybody gravitated towards zone 4. Zones 3 and 4.
It should be Niemer who's defending on that side.
And you saw her. She was like, okay, that was
Oh
mine.
yeah, okay.
10-8. Dakis. And according to second referee Vladimir Simonovic, there was an error from the orange shirts, giving PSL F2 Logistics their 9th point. But there's a challenge by Coach Massimo. The challenge is net fault. And you're wondering why everyone is looking up. They're looking at the big cube.
Although I wasn't able to see it because it was a net or not. Well, it is the
There you go.
elbow of the middle blocker from the VitrA.
And even if you don't see it literally, try looking at the net. It actually moves.
It's actually a bit. Just because they are so fast, you weren't able to see it.
Hats off to our second referee, Vladimir Simonovic. Seeing that one. 10-9.
Good timing. Blocking that middle blocker, middle spiker from VitrA. But F2 Logistics committed an error.
And that point will go to Eczacibasi VitrA. They're up by 2, 11-9. Serving is number 7, Hande Baladin. Good serve there. Fajardo setting up. And that hit coming from Kalova is out.
There was a help from that wind also, I think, because the spike was just straight to the zone 4, but it moved a bit.
So
Maybe
they
because
might-
of the power and of the air moving around that spinning ball.
Nikolova failing on that one. Nikolova again. This
Good
one,
try.
it's a check ball. Is it a check ball?
Yes, it is. I saw it.
So PSL F2 Logistics Manila, they're still battling it here. They're down by 2. It's the captain on deck to serve. It's 10, serving 12.
When your teammate is serving as a blocker, you have to keep telling yourself, you need to strengthen blocking, you need to strengthen blocking. Because you're the one defending after that serve.
And look at this timely hit again coming from VitrA. Fukuda had the right intention, but probably a step late. 13-10 in favor of Istanbul.
Good reception from the libero of F2 Logistics side.
Fajardo, the quick set there, or the set rather to Niemer. Niemer with the point.
Niemer challenging her blocker. She put too much power on that because she was able to go after that blocking from the tall middle blocker of VitrA.
And I like what Fajardo is doing. A variety of sets here, not just going to one person, but going to different hitters here. Great dive by Kudets. A for effort.
Almost there.
14-11, 3-point lead for Eczacibasi VitrA. And Coach Moro still unfazed. he believes in the team that he has, that they can compete in spite of the short preparation.
Yes, because he's seeing potentials on his players. They just need to believe in themselves.
That's part of the plan. You have to believe that you guys can do it. Zone 1 was open again. 15-11 is the score. 4-point lead for VitrA. PSL F2 Logistics Manila, they are down by 4. They call this timeout.
Okay. Push ball for 1 diagonal. Okay, 1 6. Okay. Repeat. No problem. You coming after block important. This is important. One block important.
Yes, sir! Filipina!
Go.
Doc Ian, Mr. Week, of course, in the house, and all the other big bosses of ours here to support the FIVB Women's Club World Championship 2016 and the PSL F2 Logistics Manila. That was an ace from the captain, Neslihan Demir Kulasach.
Another good jump spin serve from the side of VitrA.
How do you do it? You spin it first.
Spin it first, you jump, and then you contact the ball on top.
That's a lot of spin there. And that's the result.
You need to have a good timing spiking that service.
Because
it's really difficult.
You throw it really high.
Yeah.
And then
You
while
have to wait when
it reaches the peak,
yeah. As it goes down, you have to jump, and then you spike it on top.
and you waited for that optimal position in mid-air for you to hit it.
Yes.
The back set, Yukalova down the line, it's out. So
Although
80
it's powerful, but you need to be careful on what spot you want to target.
Now, if you're PSL F2 Logistics Manila, this is still salvageable. This is still winnable, 18-11, but they have to start defending now. They were able to do it in set 3 when they were down by 5. And they stole that set. But you do not give tall players like Ceylan a gift at the net.
Yes. We're getting a lot of dynamite service from the VitrA side.
8-point lead for VitrA, 19-11. We have this timeout.
I see important. This is coming, not coming this. Coming this. Is after work and more stuff. Okay.
One good pass, let's go! Laban, laban! Yes, sir! Filipinas! Go, go, let's go!
This is the match between Eczacibasi, VitrA, Istanbul, and PSL F2 Logistics Manila. Set number 4 action here, wherein the reigning champions, the ladies in orange, are up 19-11, but in set count, the ladies in yellow were able to steal set number 3. Chicky Reyes here with Abby Maraño, one of the favorite players in F2 Logistics Cargo Movers, as my partner, watching us live on Action TV and Sports5.ph, and that will go VitrA's way. Or no? PSL way. It was out?
It was out.
Okay.
Now service for Cez Molina on F2 Logistics Manila side.
It's now 12 serving 19.
Let's see if she's gonna risk a powerful serve here.
Safe serve there from Cez. And off the deflection goes the Ilmas, giving VitrA their 20th point. So I noticed here, Abby, that the intensity and the fire of PSL F2 Logistics Manila kind of went down a bit. I'm guessing it's fatigue. I'm guessing they're a little bit tired with all the energy that they spent in catching up in set 3.
another factor is that they weren't able to get good first balls. That's why maybe they're a bit shaky on getting good plays from Kim Fajardo, the setter.
But they're still on survival mode here. Niemer. Powerful serve again. The gift to Stalzer. She takes it. And they're just 6 points away from VitrA.
That was a surprise from the number 7 of VitrA. She wasn't expecting the ball would go for her.
They always thought that Stalzer would be going for those power kills. Here comes the serve of Niemer. Great reception again from the other side. Cross court is in. Credit goes to Hande Baladin.
I see VitrA are very into that kind of service like Niemer. Although it's very powerful, the speed is so fast.
They can take it.
Still, oh yeah.
I think they practice that too. You
Yeah,
know, I mean,
they're used to that. Maybe because they've been playing for international tournaments already.
and a lot of them serve that way. So I'm
Yeah.
guessing that in their practices, they'll be getting or receiving those services from their teammates.
It's natural for them to show high volleyball actions
Yes.
every game.
22-14, the lead has ballooned to 8 for VitrA. Great dig coming from Niemer. Molina will try, that one was low.
After Logistics needs to get its motivation back and momentum, I guess.
But they have to do it now here, Abby. VitrA is just 2 points away from protecting their immaculate record here in Pool A. Fukuda wanted to dive for that, but Jaja Santiago beat her to it.
And if you're blocking that kind of spike, you have to give the trust to the libero or whoever's defending at her back.
Match point here for VitrA, 24-14. Will PSL at Logistics stay alive in this match? Or will VitrA end it with this one? Rally continues. Soft touch, and Hande Baladin seals the deal for Eczacibasi VitrA Istanbul. Closing set number 4, 25-14. What a match that we all witnessed here at Mall of Asia Arena. What a match you guys just watched on Action TV and Sports5.ph. The reigning champions, Eczacibasi VitrA Istanbul, had to go through another set, a 4th set, just to dispose of the very resilient PSL F2 Logistics Manila. 25-17, 25-17, 23-25 before closing set number 4, 25-14. And hands off to Coach Massimo Borbolini for mixing it up, resting some of his key players, giving opportunities to the other players, the second unit, preparing them for the semi-finals match, who we believe they'll be facing Vakif Bank Istanbul, the second place in Pool B. Smiling faces of the ladies in orange. They keep their immaculate record, ending the elimination round in Pool A, or the first round in Pool A, with a 3-0 record. Had to go through 5 sets against Rexona. They beat Pomi Casal Majori in 3 sets, and they beat PSL F2 Logistics Manila in 4, having that 3-0 immaculate record. And hats off to all the players of Eczacibasi VitrA Istanbul, from the second unit, from the setter, the libero, all the way to the veterans, for putting up a good show, protecting that record, preparing for the next round because this tournament will only last until October 23. So if you guys are aching to see great volleyball international competition, head on out every day here at the Mall of Asia Arena and witness great volleyball action from our participating teams. Hats off to PSL to Logistics Manila for putting up a good show, stealing set 3, impressing the crowd, giving the home team crowd a beautiful show and a beautiful party here in Mo Arena. In spite of the loss, everyone or every Filipino and Filipina inside the arena is happy at the performance of the home team. But then again, as we've mentioned, if you go up against the reigning champs, if you go up against the tough players from VitrA Istanbul, led by their captain Neslihan Demir, then it's going to be a big problem for the home team. And we have Neslihan Demir, the captain, or rather, number 11, Nilay, the setter for this interview.
Hi, good evening. I'm Abigail Maraño. Here I am with Nilay Ozdemir. I have 2 questions for you, darling. First, at the first half of each set, we noticed that you guys are a bit confused. What happened there and how were you able to adjust?
It's important to start very good, you know. We told each other every set, beginning of every set, that we have to start good, but they had great defense, so also we had some trouble. And after, we just helped each other more, and we could make it.
You had a really great teamwork on that part. The second question, you are number 1 in the Pool A. Will there be any other surprises that we can expect from you coming into the semifinals?
Can I have it again?
So you are number 1 in the Pool A. Will there be another surprises that we can expect from your team coming into the semifinals?
We will play against Vakıfbank, and it's also a very good team. And we will see. Who plays good must win. We'll see tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you all the fans. Philippines, you are amazing.
There you have it. The setter from VitrA, Nilay Ozdemir.
Very well said from the setter of VitrA, Nilay Ozdemir. Numbers here. Point statistics, sets, of course, 3 for VitrA, 1 for PSL to Logistics Manila. In set 3, the aces, 4 for the guest team. The attacks, they still lorded it. But in the errors department, it's nice to see that PSL to Logistics still maintaining a low number in terms of errors. And in the block department, this is something that has surprised me here, Abby. PSL to Logistics leading the block department in the 3rd set, 9-4.
Yes, cheeky, because you know we only have 3 or 4 tall blockers, but they were able to dominate VitrA on that department. It's really surprising.
And it's crucial that Ekaterina Krivet's helping in that department. Now, the whole match, the whole 4 sets, these are the numbers here. Walk me through it, Abby. Walk me through the numbers here.
Well, definitely what went today's game was that VitrA was able to dominate F2 Logistics Manila with the 14 aces over 9, 55 attacks from VitrA side over 35 against the 35 points of F2 Logistics and 11 blockings against the 7 for the F2 Logistics Manila.
But I like it in those last 2 departments because we were able to control the errors and we were just 4 blocks short from the taller and more experienced Eczacibasi VitrA Istanbul. Highlights here since the start of the match. Nilay said it. They wanted to start strong, but she gave credit to PSL to Logistics Manila, saying they played good defense in the first 3 sets. That's why they got alarmed as well.
Yeah, and that's what we need to see from F2 Logistics Manila, going against these players who've been playing high-level volleyball, right? So it's already a good start for the F2 Logistics Manila, and it's a good experience for the Filipinos to be playing this kind of tournament.
They battled it. They were resilient. They were trying to do their part. Lindsay Stalzer, of course, our imports, Nukalova, they tried their very best stealing set number 3, hoping that they'll get another crack at set number 4, but the reigning champions were simply too much for the home team. And we'll take a quick look here at the updated team standings in Pool A, Abby.
So we still have VitrA on top, Pomi on the 2nd, Rexona for the 3rd spot, and PSL F2 Logistics Manila for the 4th spot.
And VitrA will be battling Vakif Bank Istanbul in Pool B, while Pomi Casal Majori will go against Bolero Zurich, number 1 in Pool B, as we move on to the semifinals of this one-week international volleyball tournament. And it was such a pleasure working with the Abby Maraño, and this is when we say goodbye. On behalf of my partner Abby Maraño, Chicky Reyes here, saying thank you very much for watching the FIVB Women's Club World Championship 2016 here in MOA Arena. We say good night, goodbye, and we'll see you all tomorrow.